If your fashion wish list lives rent-free in your brain, you need to be on Poshmark. With Poshmark, you're shopping millions of listings from thousands of closets, each curated by someone with their own style. Vintage finds, designer pieces, and everyday staples all in one place. Search for your favorites or let the discovery come to you. Poshmark makes it easy to find what you actually want to wear at prices that feel like a quiet win. Download the Poshmark app today and use code PODCAST10 when you sign up to get $10 off your first purchase.
Welcome to Higher Health, the podcast that elevates your understanding of health beyond the conventional into a realm where mind, body, and spirit align. If you're ready to rise above the noise of traditional health approaches and connect deeply with your inner wisdom, you're in the right place. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Rogers, a heart-centered, Harvard-trained epidemiologist, researcher, medical intuitive, and transformational health and longevity expert. In this space, we explore the profound journey of health and well-being, where every choice aligns with your highest self. Together, we'll unlock the true essence of being healthy, empowered, and whole. Welcome back to Higher Health with Dr. Elizabeth Rogers. What if the amount of chaos in your life matched the amount of good waiting for you on the other side? In this raw, real, and slightly shitty episode, literally, I'm sharing 4 higher health lessons that came straight from a surprise sewage situation in my own home. If you've ever felt overwhelmed, frustrated, or tempted to lose your shit when life gets messy, this one's for you. What if the level of shit we experience is proportional to the same level of positive we can experience? When the shit goes down, are you ready? When you are in the midst of a challenge in health or in life, have you ever stopped to wonder, what if the magnitude of the shit I'm experiencing is equal to the magnitude of the good I can access on the other side of the shit? Probably not. Because usually when something challenging happens, what do? People immediately choose frustration, stress, anger, any one or more of the fear-based thoughts and emotions that are available, while simultaneously trying to figure out how to escape the challenge or make it go away. When you do that, do you ever think it was worth all the negativity you caused yourself once the challenge inevitably ends? Because all challenges come to an end because everything is impermanent. Just curious. Since I'm literally in the midst of a shit show today, I was guided to talk about this idea with you. The idea that perhaps the level of shit we experience is directly proportional to the level of good we can experience. In other words, is the level of negativity you experience directly proportional to the level of positivity you experience? I don't know if it is, but it's certainly a lesson coming straight from higher health, because maybe the point is simply that when the shit goes down, are we really ready? Are we ready to be calm and connected instead of impatient and disconnected? Are we ready to be grateful for the shit instead of being a victim? Are we ready to learn the lesson the shit's here to teach us? Are we ready to choose love instead of fear? Let's chat about it all. Because here, Higher Health is highlighting 4 lessons for us that I hope will help you the next time the shit goes down in a town near you. A quick little backstory for you, now that you know some shit is going on for me today. Yesterday, it was forecast to rain all night and into this morning with some heavy downpours and storms. So naturally, when I went to bed last night, it was raining. The only thing I did differently than any other night was that I decided to take a flashlight with me to bed. I put it on the nightstand just in case the electricity went out and I needed to see in the dark. Totally normal, totally cool. I get up to pee in the morning and I notice it looks like the water in the toilet is lower than usual. Totally normal, totally cool. Not totally sure, but I really had to pee. When I flushed, the toilet started filling up instead of emptying, and I immediately knew something was off. While I watched the water rising, I turned the knob behind the toilet so the water would turn off, and it stopped. Okay, clearly we have a problem, I thought to myself as I made a mental plan to call a plumber and expressed gratitude for a second toilet in the house because I can just use that one all day. Totally normal, totally cool, right? But then I turn on the faucet to the sink so I can brush my teeth. And I start to hear a gurgling sound across the room near the toilet. And I know that's not normal and definitely not cool. Okay, so everything is connected. Now I'm not so sure the problem is isolated to the toilet. I still didn't panic. I just stayed connected and I kept talking to Spirit. But as I'm brushing my teeth, something hit me and I think, what's that smell? Ugh. Well, now that I've noticed an undesirable smell, it's getting stronger. I start looking around. Under the sink, around the toilet, where is that smell coming from? Then I look in the shower and I see it. Just a pool of sewage sitting there. Well, that's some shit, I thought, literally and figuratively. And what I proceed to figure out next is that none of our toilets are functional. That shower I was planning to take after Pilates is officially off the list. And I have to stay and wait for the plumber, so there's nowhere else to go. That happened when I woke up. That's how my day started. It's now after 5 p.m., and I'm still waiting for the plumber and hoping I don't have to spend the night in a hotel. So when the shit went down, or in my situation, came up, what did I do? I continued to be healthy. I actually had a moment where I thought to myself, I refuse to sacrifice my health for this shit. Literally. In that moment, I made a conscious choice to continue to be healthy, which first and foremost meant being connected. Because as higher health teaches us, being healthy is simply being connected to yourself, mind, body, and spirit, and to source. So you naturally make the choices in alignment with your highest and healthiest self. So often, we get ourselves all worked up about the challenges. And you know who and what that's ultimately working against? You and your health. So why do you choose it? The choice happens partially because it's a habit. And one of my favorite quotes about habits is, first you create your habits, then your habits create you. This emphasizes why higher health teaches us to be conscious and intentional with the choices we make. It takes genuine intention to decide to be connected and then to choose to respond with calmness from that place of connection instead of reacting with stress and impatience while disconnected, which is the choice most people make while simultaneously lacking the awareness that an alternative choice exists because they think their reactions are just part of who they are, when they're actually part of what's blocking them from accessing who they really are. So there it is. Back to our first lesson in the form of a question. Are you ready to be calm and connected instead of impatient and disconnected? The more you choose to be calm and connected, even when it feels difficult, the more easily you will come back to it again and again. We are a society of overreacting, disconnected people. So of course it feels easier for so many of us to choose to get all worked up and lose our shit. The things that are familiar to us, even the unhealthy habits, feel easier, but only at first. As you continue to choose to be connected, being calm is a natural effect. And from this place, you will respond to challenges in a way that is helpful for you instead of hurtful. And you're less likely to do or say something you'll regret later, too. Even though the shit I'm dealing with today still isn't resolved, so I don't know the outcome yet, I'm really sincerely grateful. Multiple times throughout the day today, especially a few times when I felt a little tempted to lose my shit over the shit, I just stayed connected, talked to Spirit, and said out loud, "Thank you so much, Spirit, because I know everything happens for me, not to me." And that is the absolute truth. It can be easy to get stuck in victim mentality when shit comes up and we meet a challenge, right? It can be easy to wonder, why me? Or why is this happening to me? Or this isn't fair. I was there many, many moons and years ago. Victim mentality is a natural stop along your journey in life. So we've all been there. But we choose not to stay, right? Because we are not really victims. No one is. But we also all know someone or more than a few someones who insist on playing the starring role of the victim in life and they choose to get stuck there. That's what we don't want to do. Because, like I said, the truth is that no one is a victim. I'm not a victim. You aren't a victim. And spoiler alert to your mother-in-law, neither is she. But we'll keep that between you and I. If you feel tempted by those kinds of thoughts and feelings when shit comes up for you, the best remedy is gratitude. Gratitude is one of the, if not the highest frequencies in existence. And the truth is that everything really does happen for you, not to you. But life on earth doesn't come with a free fortune teller or crystal ball so that we can see what's in store, how things will turn out, how the problem will go away, how the hero, you, will rise above and get their happy ending. So here's where being connected comes in again. Because when you are connected to yourself, mind, body, and spirit, and to source, you are connected to love and faith. And you start strengthening your trust muscle, your trust in your divine guidance, and the deep knowing that you can release the outcome. Because honestly, the universe's plan for you is so much better than you can imagine anyway. And when you're being connected, you're being healthy and aligned. And when you're aligned, gratitude becomes a natural, effortless feeling. Now, I have to say that I'm a deeply empathetic person, but one of the very few things I have a bit of a challenge empathizing with is the belief or feeling that it's hard to be grateful. I've heard people say things like that, or just observed people struggle to access gratitude or even something to be grateful for. And I'm just different. I could write countless dissertations about the countless things to be grateful for at any given moment. I'm a human who always feels grateful. I was born this way. Grateful is one of the easiest things for me to be. And even right now, as I share this, unsure of how this shit started, where the shit came from, or when this shit is going away, quite literally, I feel grateful because everything happens for me and for you. And when we're being connected, which is being healthy, we can just be genuinely grateful and totally cool, not knowing anything else other than shit is everywhere and eventually it won't be. Because there is a lesson here for us to learn. And we definitely came here to this lifetime to learn so we can grow and change. So look at us go. Thanks for all the shit. The shit is helping us grow. And maybe if we can stay calm, connected, and be grateful, we'll get to learn, grow, and something unpredictably awesome will happen too. So the second lesson, in the form of a question, are you ready to be grateful for the shit instead of being a victim? Now, The third lesson is getting me all excited because I feel like it's a surprise riddle wrapped in a lesson, wrapped in a question. Am I the only one here who loves to get deep? Damn, I love it. Are we ready to learn the lesson the shit is here to teach us? So, we've established shit lessons 1 and 2, and shit lesson 3 is born out of these. When the shit goes down or comes up, can we stay calm, connected, and be grateful? Because if we choose those things, we get to learn, grow, and something unpredictably awesome can happen too. The reason we get to learn from the shit is because, as we've established, the shit happens for us, not to us, because no one is a victim. So if we can simply be connected, which is being healthy, calmness and gratitude become our superpowers. And as we continue to choose connection, calmness, and gratitude, we allow ourselves to receive the lesson that the shit has to teach us. And if we choose to receive it and learn it, we get to move on to other challenges, which are really all just assignments. The shit is an assignment too. Now, the caveat here is that if you choose to avoid the lesson or ignore it, unfortunately, the same shitty assignment is going to repeat itself until you finally learn it, or until you die, whichever comes first. So, if you really love shit and you want more of it, then choosing to stand still and ignore the lessons might be your jam. But if you really love less shit, or shit that doesn't stink as much, I'd say be brave and go where most humans aren't bold enough to go. Be connected, calm, grateful, and grab that lesson by the horns and ace that damn assignment. So there it is. Lesson 3, a secret riddle wrapped in a lesson posed as a question to you. Are you ready to learn the lesson the shit is here to teach you? Such a beautiful quadrant of lessons given to us by Higher Health today that culminate in the final lesson connected to all the others. When the shit goes down or comes up, you get to choose to be calm and connected or impatient and disconnected. You get to choose victim mentality or gratitude. You get to choose learn and grow, or stand still and repeat the same old shit. And when you choose connection, calmness, gratitude, and growth, what you're ultimately choosing is love over fear. Love, after all, is all that you are and all that you've ever been. So when you choose love, you're choosing yourself. And yourself is something so much more than the part of you that loses your shit when the shit goes down. It's the part of you who is the truth of who you are. It's the part of you that's calm, courageous, creative, confident, curious, clear, and connected. Connected to all that you are, mind, body, and spirit, to source, and to love. So Higher Health's final lesson posed as a question for you today. Are you ready to choose love instead of fear? I sure hope so. And just like that, when the shit came up for me today, I chose to be connected, which was simply being healthy. And then I was able to be calm and grateful. And as a result, I chose love. And look at the beautiful lessons Higher Health channeled through for us as a result. I've sure learned a lot. How about you? Remember this, my friend. When the shit goes down, you always have a choice. You can lose your mind, or you can stay connected. Choose calm. Choose gratitude. Choose the lesson. And most of all, choose love. That's the real path to higher health. Thank you for spending this sacred time with me. I hope that you can feel the genuine love and positive energy that I've infused into this podcast episode for you. Remember that the world needs you and your light. So trust yourself and your heart. And the way to do that is by staying connected to yourself, mind, body, and spirit, and to source. That's all that being healthy truly is. I'll see you next time, and hopefully from a less aromatic location. Thank you so much for listening to Higher Health with Dr. Elizabeth Rogers. If you enjoyed the show today, it would mean so very much to me if you subscribe to the show and leave an honest, positive review. You can easily subscribe by going to the upper right-hand corner of Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Odyssey, or wherever you listen to podcasts, and press the plus sign in the upper right-hand corner. Also, be sure to sign up for my email list and join my private Substack community to get even more content, value, and support on your health and well-being journey. You'll find these links in the show notes. Sending you so much positive and supportive energy today. I really hope you can feel it.